right, good afternoon. Sorry about that little delay. All right, let's go ahead and get going in a seat. All right, so you can go legs crossed, sitting nice and tall, closing down those eyes for just a breath or two. Hands can rest on your knees. Just take a big breath in and out. A big breath in and out. And then let's reach those arms up overhead. Big, big reach up. And exhale. Let's side bend over to that right side. And he'll come back up. And then we'll twist it over or side bend it over to that left side. Bring it back up. We'll twist it over to the right. Sit tall on that inhale, exhale, twist. And we'll reach that right arm up and over, keeping that left hand on the knee for that big side stretch. And then bring it back up. Twist it to the other side. Sit tall and twist. And then we'll reach that left arm up. Big side bend. Let's go one more time each way. Twist it over to the right. And then that right arm reaches up. And then twist it over to the left. Left arm reaches up and over. Bring it back up. Hands on the front of the knees. Let's round that spine. Roll it on back. So we'll stretch between those shoulders. And inhale, bring it forward and up. Flatten out through that back. Exhale, round it on back. Inhale, bring it forward. Last time, round it on back. And bring it forward. We can walk those hands out. Ground through those hips. Flatten out that back. Let's walk those hands over to that left knee. So that chest is hovering over the knee. And let's go over to the other side. Bring it back to center. Walk it back. Switch that cross of the legs. Bring hands on the front of the knees. Round it on back. Inhale, bring it forward and up. Exhale, round it back. Inhale, bring it forward. Last time, round it on back. And bring it forward, walking those hands out. Flatten out that back. Now bring that chest over the ground. And let's walk those hands over to the right side. I'll go center and then to the left. And back to center. And then walk those hands back. Let's come on to hands and knees. And let's step those feet back to our plank and bring those hips up to the sky. So into that downward facing dog. So pedaling out those feet, slight bend in those knees, pressing those hips up, pressing those heels down. And then walk those feet up to the hands. Hands to the shins, flatten out that back. Bend into that right knee a little bit more. Left arm reaches up. And down to the other side. Bend into that left knee. Right arm reaches up. And down, fold. Slight bend in those knees. Flatten out that back. Let's come up to standing. We'll reach it up tall. Let's interlace those fingers. Side bend to the right. Inhale it up to the left. Bring it back up. Now I can bring that right hand to the hip. Left hand's going to reach for that right foot. Draw those knees together. Pull that rib cage down. So starting out that big stretch through that left quad. Okay, so we'll press that foot into the hand. And then we'll bring that heel a little bit closer to the hip and press back. And pull it in. One more time, press it back. Pull it in. A big stretch through that front of the leg. One more breath. Then we'll take a big step back with that left foot into that high crescent lunge. So heel is up, arms are reaching up, bend into that front knee, rib cage is pulling down, hands reach back. And let's pull those hands down behind the back, open up through that chest. Bend a little deeper. And then we'll release those hands, step that foot forward. Let's bend into that right knee, grab onto that foot, bring those knees together. Press that foot into the hand and pull that heel to the knee. Press and pull. Press. Pull it back. One more time. Press and pull it in. Keep that tight core. Good. Now take that big step back with that foot. We'll reach those arms up. That nice and tight through the core, nice and straight through that back leg, or as straight as you can get it. Then we'll interlace those fingers behind the back, open up that chest, bend that front knee a little more. And then release. Step those feet together, arms reach up, and then flat back. Fold, reaching for those toes. Lengthen on that inhale. And exhale, fold. And bend into those knees. Rise on up. Interlace those fingers. Side bend to the right. And up to the left. Back up. Hands to the hips. Or right hand to the hip. We'll reach for that left foot. Knees together. Press the foot back. And then draw it in a little bit tighter to you. Press it back. Pull it in. One more time, press back. Pull it in, hold. And then take that big step back with that foot. Inhale, those arms reach up. And then pull those hands down. Interlace the fingers, open that chest. Good, and release. Step it forward, other side. Grab onto that right foot, knees together. And press it back. Pull it in. Press back. And pull. Press back. Bring it in. And then we'll take that big step back, reaching those arms up. We'll draw those arms behind the back, open that chest up, bend a little deeper. And then we'll release those hands, step that foot forward, inhale those arms up, and flat back, fold. Lengthen out. And then plant those hands, step those feet back to our plank. Shift that weight forward, lower all the way down onto the stomach. Point the toes, roll the shoulders down and back, lift that chest up. Lowest part of the rib cage stays down on the mat. Bring it back down. Press up, lift, and down. Lift, and down. Now reverse that plank and hips up. A little bigger stretch here. Let's bring that right knee to that right wrist. Foot comes across. Left leg is sliding back. Now we're going to do a quad stretch from here. So you can bring that left hand towards the middle of the mat, or you can lower that elbow down and then start to bend into that back foot. Grab onto, or bend the back knee, grab onto that foot. And it's kind of that same idea. Just press the foot gently into the hand And then we'll pull that heel towards that glute. Couple times. And release that foot. Go and lower onto the forearms. You can rest that head down. Couple more breaths here. Let's come back to the hands. Let's go down dog. And we'll switch sides. Bring that left knee to the left wrist. Foot comes across. Right leg slides back. And bring that right hand towards the middle of the mat. Left arm reaches back as we bend that knee. And we'll push and release, pull and push and pull. One more time, push, hold and pull. And go ahead and release that foot. Lower those hands down, those forearms down, and rest that head. Good, then bring it back to those hands. We'll come back to a down dog. And then we'll step those feet. We're gonna go behind the hands, toes out, heels in, sink those hips down, chest lifts, and we into that squat. So if this is a little bit too low to start, that's okay. Come up maybe a little bit higher, pressing those elbows into the knees, keeping that back nice and flat. Maybe dropping those hips a little bit lower if you can. Again, if they're super tight, you might just sit up a little bit taller. We want that back to be nice and flat. Okay, now slowly sit back. And then we'll roll onto your backs, but we're gonna do it a little bit slower. So extend the legs out, reach those arms forward, round through that spine. We'll roll back one vertebrae at a time. And now we'll interlace those fingers behind the head, bring those knees to stack right above those hips. We're gonna extend that left leg out as we twist that. Left elbow to that right knee. Inhale it back and twist the other side. Good. Extend and twist and twist. Here we go. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'd hug those knees in. We'll rock from side to side. Now we can bring those hands down by the sides. Walk the shoulder blades together. Extend those legs out so that low back stays flat, and just do little kicks. So let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause. Hold those legs out there as close to the ground as you can. The low back staying flat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees in. And now stack the knees over the hips. Let's pop those hips over to that left side. Then we'll drop those knees over to the right side. We'll come back to center and go to the other side. So pop the hips over to the right, drop the knees over to the left. And then bring those knees back to center and plant those feet down, rolling those hips up. And roll it on down. Let's go 2 more times. Press, roll it up. And down. And roll up. And down. Little sways from side to side. And now let's pull that right knee in. Left leg extends out. We're going to pull that knee out towards the right side first. So left leg stays down. If you want something a little bit more intense, grab onto that big toe and then extend through that leg. That is that away. So it's a little more intense inner thigh and hamstring stretch. We can release. Left hand guides that knee across, spinal twist. Bring it back to center. Switching sides, hug that left knee in, right leg extends out, and we can swing that knee over to that left side. And then maybe we grab onto that toe. We can extend that leg out a little further. And then we'll bring that knee back to the chest. And then right hand guides that knee across. Left arm reaches out. And bring that knee back to center. Hug those knees in. Let's rock forward and back up to that seat. And we'll close out with just a couple breaths. So closing down the eyes, sitting tall, breathing in through the nose, filling those lungs, filling the belly, and out through the nose. Good, big breath in and out. Just go about 3 more on your own. All right, blinking those eyes open. Thank you all so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your day. And then we have an all levels yoga flow this afternoon, 4:45. All right, thank you.